in a merry month of June. From me home I started, left the girls at June. Nearly broken hearted, salute to father dear. Kiss me darling mother, drank a pint of beer. Me grief and tears to smother, then off to reap the corn. Leave where I was born, cut a stout blackthorn to banish ghosts and goblins. A brand new pair of brogues, rattling o'er the bogs, frightening all the dogs on the rocky road to Dublin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hut the hare and turn her down the rocky road, all the way to Dublin, whack full only ride.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm not going to say I said good evening. Good evening to you all. You're very, very welcome to the Hangar 6 bar here in Keeley's for a very, very special night tonight. Before we get going, I'll just let you know that it's not a regular whiskey tasting night. On front of you have 9 exceptional whiskies. They're yours for the night. You can drink them whatever way, in whatever order you want. It doesn't really matter. The only thing we're going to do is we're just going to get Glendalough to come up and say a few words, because they have Pete's whiskey and they have the whole thing. So he's 3 minutes and that's all he has, because then we're going to enjoy ourselves after that. Okay? I'm not saying we're not going to enjoy this again. I'm not saying that. As you know, I mean, the Aviators Whiskey Side has been going a while now, and we keep putting more and more work on ourselves. I don't know why we do it, but without the hard work of the lads and Trish, we just never could do it. And really, Ken, Danny, Paul, they pulled out, and Trish, they pulled out all the stops for this one. And it really is fabulous to see you all here tonight. Thanks to them. And thanks folks for that. Again, I'd like to thank Keeley's. They've done an exceptional job again. They balloons and all for us. And they're great hosts, and really, we're delighted to support them in any way we can. And please, have a good trail for the bar tonight. Make them see that we really want to support them, okay? The other thing is, you're drinking whiskey. If you're driving, don't drink it. And drink it responsibly, please. Okay, we're here to enjoy it, to have the crack, to have a good night with it. And let's go and enjoy it and have a good night. And now, Glendalough whiskey. Thanks a million.
Work with Pete, a few years back, we talked about great sounds and great whiskey, and we thought it'd be a great idea to put it together. And so thanks for all the support and selling it in the airport, and making this come to life as well. So and this night really is also about Pete's song and telling that story. It's a brilliant tune. I've heard it now. It's a real treat. So just want to, Pete come up and tell the story, and we'll have a few songs later on, but just thanks again to the Aviators, and thanks to Pete for putting this great song on this whiskey. Cheers.
Okay folks, except for the raffle, this is the last time you're here with me tonight. There will be loads and loads of prizes. Is that really great? Know how to make an old man happy. Fair play to us. Okay, because what we're going to do is I'm going to get down, I'm going to introduce you to the man himself. I'm going to sit down and enjoy the night. We have loads of great musicians and singers around here, and anyone else that wants to sing, please, the night is open, please come along. a legend that is Pete St. John. Pete, when you're ready, thank you.
Before me. These sort of galera there no shit. As more of them man showing up, August gone out Tom crack goes and kill and kind kahuntum. But what am I as Gaelic? Kate Meal of Fortune. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here tonight with the Aviators. Because, you know, at one time I said, I wonder who these whores are, you know? Because I kept seeing them coming up on everything, and I said, Aviators, yeah. Well, what I want you to know is that my song is directed at people who enjoy a jar and respect it, okay? These are people who, in their everyday life, enjoy an old jar, talk over their problems, sort things out, and regard it as part of their everyday life, okay? I think the very heavy lobby now against alcohol has its place, but I think if the keys to the car are in your hand and you have a few jars, it's a personal choice. So my feeling is, be sensible, just don't drive if you have a jar, and that way you will always be able to enjoy Pete St. John's song. You know, here's the thing. This song is, I hope, going to be the song voice of all of us who like to have a few jars and enjoy life. So it has a special chorus. It's called a tra-la-la chorus. Now, when you hear the singer sing tra-la-la, I want you all to answer tra-la-la. So will we try it just once? Tra-la-la. Tra-la-la. Oh, Jesus, that was very weak. Let's have a big one. Tra-la-la. Tra-la-la. Oh, now, that's Aviator style. Now, what I want to tell you is that my songwriting goes back a long way, because I'll tell you a little about the background of the man who has written these songs. When I was born into the great limbo of confusion that was Dublin, Ireland was entering the third great era of its history. There was the pagan era, the Christian era, and devil era. The long fella, the time of the rare old times when he had a leprechaun up in the Phoenix Park called Sean T to look after him. And the real Taoiseach was a fella called McEvoy. And of course I was subjected to the Christian Brothers. Anyway, never mind all that. I survived the bombing of the North Strand, the Celtic twilight of the national school system, 4 years of the young Christian Brothers, and I had the dubious honour of having a man who bought the first post-war orange for £4.10. I got the nits, I got the scabies, I got chilblains, I got the whooping cough, and one day I got the Stations of the Cross in confession. That was for keeping what I thought was a nude photograph of Countess Markovich in an Ovaltine can. But fortunately, I had an aunt. Like, you know, in families, when there's always a woman around that nobody can explain who she is. She always becomes your aunt. You know? And of course, you could be looking at an aunt and thinking, you know, the wrong things. But my aunt actually had a little house down in a place called Bombo Lane. A lovely little house with a Sacred Heart lamp outside the door that was red. And she taught me some lovely songs, because I always planned to have a career as a street singer. I wanted to be a street singer. And I used to sing songs like, arise, ye starvelings, from your slumbers, Arise, ye criminals of want, for reason in revolt now thunders. Gone is the age of cant, for the Third International unites the human race. Well, I sung that until I was 10 years of age, till Sim Feckerd explained to me it was the Communist National Anthem. So down with my aunt in Cuckoo's Lane, she taught me another little song, and it went, down in Bumble Lane, there lives a big fat woman. If you want to know her name, you'll have to pay a shilling. Sailors 2 and 6, soldiers 2 and a penny. Big fat men, £2.10, and little kids a penny. Of course, you realise I had absolutely no idea what they were talking about. But I did. She had one little piece of advice, warning me about the women around Dublin of a certain type. And she said, always remember this piece. If she gave it to you, she gave it to others. If she gave it to others, she'll have it. If she has it, you'll get it. And if you get it, by Jesus, you'll have it. So I never really forgot about all that. So that gives you a little background into how seriously I take my songwriting. I really do take it very seriously, and fortunately, because of all you good people, I've had a couple of little hits out there, especially the one I wrote for the Cultures. Didn't I do a great job? Yeah, I wrote Dublin in the rare old times, and I thought I had it made, and then I had to write one for the Cultures. So I wrote one called The Fields of Athenry. That's what happened. So, now that you're all relaxed and you have a fair idea of how the background goes with a songwriter, I'm very delighted to see here tonight some very good friends of mine. Sitting right over here is a very old friend of mine, a man that I soldiered for many years. His name is Sean McGuinness, and he is the founder member of the Dublin City Ramblers. I hope you're going to do something for us later. You never know. And of course, sitting over here is the man I genuflect to almost every week. It's Peter from Dublin City Radio. Good to see you, buddy. As we go along, there'll be lots of other people there. But for all of you who do sing a song during the night, we're going to keep it as loose as that. Come up and sing a song for me. Never know, I might write another one. Now, the actual lyric of the song is on the tabletop. But from now on, anyone who supports the tra-la-la, you haven't forgotten about that. Tra-la-la. Oh, I love that, yeah. Well, what I want you to do every day is when you pick up the phone to talk to friends or business associates, before you say anything, say tra-la-la. And if they don't give you the bleeding answer, tra-la-la, they owe you a jar. Okay. So you'll be owed a lot of drinks before the night's over. Well, on the serious side of this, I hope that eventually the sound works, and it looks like it might, we'll record it, and it'll become the voice of people who love to take a jar and respect it. Unfortunately for me, another great friend of mine stepped into the breach and said, Peter, here you're writing a song about drinking. I said, yeah, well, again, it's a strange thing. 10 years ago, I wrote the Never Drink and Drive song, okay? It went viral on the social networks, became a big song, but I put it up as a free download, personally funded, owned directly by me. It was endorsed by everybody from the road safety and down along the line. And the lead voice on that particular recording was Charlie McGettigan. Charlie Lanson?
No, McGettigan.
Oh, Charlie McGettigan, a good friend.
It's burned into my brain, don't worry.
So it's very strange that now, 10 years later, I'm writing a drinking song which will be sung by the one and only, a Euro hero, Paul Harrington. So fortunately, I have the rock and roll kids working for me. So without further ado, don't forget to join them on the tra-la-la. Ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mr. Harrington.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice to see you all. Actually, now it's very nice to see you all. So Charlie McGettigan, that's right. He did this drink driving song with Pete, which was myself and Pete decided we're going to call him the vigilante, and I'm the party guy because I'm doing this drinking song. So what did you say that it went what? It went viral. Was that what it was? Viral. I see. Well, we're hoping this one goes viral. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping. So. Very quickly, before I sing this song, this is a brand new song, by the way, as you know, because you have lyrics in front of you, I have lyrics in front of you, and in a classic Pete St. John style, he decided not to send me on all of the lyrics. He left me to kind of figure out the last verse, which is the one for the Aviators. But thankfully, Pete, that trick didn't work. I got a copy of somebody else. So I have sung, and as a singer and a player, it's a great privilege to work and travel the world, and it takes you to very, very unusual places, great places. I've done all kinds of strange gigs. One that comes to mind was many years ago. My bank manager asked me to play a gig from. He was with AIB, and they were changing their logo to the new logo. And he said, look, is there any chance you'd play to celebrate, to mark this, and play a gig for me in the bank? And I did, and it was a very strange thing. It was in the afternoon, I was playing the piano, and there was a queue of people going by me, just cashing in their checks, and I was singing a few tunes, and it was the oddest experience of all time. And I've had many odd experiences, but you always think you're never going to come up against another odd situation. And I was sitting on a flight, heading out to San Sebastian about 10 days ago, and I got a little bing on my phone, and I checked it, and it was Pete. And he was asking me, he said, look, is there any chance you could do something and help me out with a song that I've written for this group of people? He said, they're called the Aviators Whiskey Society. I had a very, very strange feeling sitting on the plane at that moment. In other words, if I was on a boat, I would have got that sinking feeling, if you know what I mean. However, I'd just like to say thank you, first of all, to everybody here at Keely's. It's a beautiful place, my first time here. Lovely smell of whiskey. I picked a funny time to not be drinking, but that's the way it is. That's the timing. And I just want to say very quickly, it's always been a great honour and a privilege to do work with Pete St. John. I have had the pleasure over many years. He's worked with my family, some of my late brothers, and he's always been there for us as well. And of course, what an incredible songsmith, and here he is beside us. He's alive and well and still at it, which is a fantastic thing. So, now, he left out one vital part to the tra-la-la. Tra-la-la, 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 have a jar. Try that one now. You gonna try that? Tra-la-la-la-la-la. Beautiful. Okay, that's very nice. And that's going to be. Is it in there? Oh, here. Someone get a marker immediately. So on my right hand side, let's just try a verse. We'll try a verse together. Here's to your health. May you live to be 90. Always have time for a jar and a song. When friendships are made can last for a lifetime, with a glorious jar and a sing-along song. Tra-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Peter, I think we should get these for the live album immediately. Now, I'm liking this already. So, now this is where it gets really clever. The idea of drinking is miraculous thinking, and the Lord in his wisdom turned water to wine. Thanks be to Jay-Z did that. And he led by example, so let's all have a sample and share all its magic with your friends and mine. Tra-la-la, 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 tra-la-la. Have another jar. Not bad. We're nearly there. Here's to your health, is the wish to remember. Your health is your wealth, and we can all drink to that. While across the whole world, fellow drinkers are sharing the same dreams and wishes. Sure, it's magic we're at. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la. Here we go. Here's the bespoke one. Out to the world's whiskey makers, our bold aviators, send high-flying praise for your glorious brew. Hang on a second, are you singing this at all? I think we'll try that one again. Now, to the world's whiskey makers, our bold aviators, send high-flying praise for your glorious brew. And we're flying the flag for the new generation. Join our crew. Tra-la-la, 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 tra-la-la. Have as many bleeding jars as you like. The idea of drinking is miraculous thinking, and the Lord in his wisdom turned water to wine. Now watch what I've done here, you see. I've mixed two verses against Pete's wishes. While across the whole world, fellow drinkers are sharing the same dreams and wishes. Sure, it's magic we're at. Tra-la-la, 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 tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. I quite like it. Would you like me to read this out? Oh, this is another verse for Jay's sake. And if you fancy a jar on the north side of Dublin, oh, the best place to go is the Hangar 6 bar at Keely's pub on the road by the airport. And the welcome is mighty and the service 4-star. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la. And we might come back to this song in a little while. Give yourselves a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Pete St. John drinking song for the first time tonight. I will be back in about a half an hour to do it again, and I'll be asking questions and taking notes and making sure everybody has all the little bits worked out. Now, while I have you, Pete, is there anything else that you do when I'm standing here?
Yeah, I'd like you to do rock and roll.
Happy to do that for you. So, are we all right with a rock and roll kid? I'll tell you one thing, it's better to be as good as the tra-la-la. Thank you very much. As Pete referred to my friend and comrade and colleague Charlie McEvoy, we had a great time about 23 years ago, winning Eurovision Song Contest for our country, which was nice. And we did it with this beautiful little tune written by Brendan Graham. Thank you very much.
I remember 62. I was 16 and so were you, and we lived next door on the avenue. Jerry Lee was big and Elvis too. Blue jeans, blue suede shoes, and we never knew what life held in store. We just wanted to rock and roll forevermore. If you know it, please join in. Thank you. Johnny's in love with the girl next door. Mary's down at the record store. They don't want to be around us no more. Golden oldies, but we hardly speak. Too busy running to a different beat. Hard to understand. We were once like them. How I wish we could find those rock and roll days again. We were the rock and roll kids. Rock and roll was all we did. And listening to those songs on the radio. I was yours and you were mine. That was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. I was yours and you were mine. That was once upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll. We just never seem to rock and roll. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, anymore.
Very much, thank you. Thanks to Dominic and Ken and Pete. We'll be back with the drinking song in a little while. Thank you.
My own wife, who passed away in the last Christmas 12 months, Rita, I think dedicate this song especially to her. And I want to thank Pete and all our friends for all the good wishes. You all know it, so sing along and join them. Raised on songs and stories, heroes are renowned, the passing tales of glories that once was Dublin town. The hallowed halls and houses, the haunting children's rhymes, that once was part of Dublin in the rare old times. All together. Ring the ring and Rosie, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Oh, my name, it is Sean Dempsey, as Dublin as could be, born hard and late in Pimlico, in a house that ceased to be. By trade I was a cooper, lost out for redundancy, like my house that fell to progress, my trades and memory, and the courted Peggy Diamond, as pretty as you please, and robed the child of Mary from the rebel liberties. I lost her to the student chap with skin as black as snow, when he took her up to Birmingham, she took away my soul. Let's hear that. Ring the ring and Rosie, as the light declines, I remember Dublin city in the rare old times. Old years have made me bitter, the gardens didn't bring, that's for sure, 'cause Dublin keeps on changing, and nothing seems the same. The pillars Fare you well. Sweet Anna Livy, I can no longer stay and watch the new glass cages swing up along the quay. My mind's too full of memories, too old to hear new chimes. I'm a part of what was done in the rare old times. Sing it on your own. Ring a rosy. Lovely, as the light. As the lights decline. I remember Dublin City in the rare old Wonder Road. Ring a rosy. As the light declines, I remember Dublin City in the rare old times. Thanks, Pete. Thank you. Thanks a million. I just want to thank Pete for that. Seriously, because you'd be here with nothing on me if it wasn't for him. It sure was God. Thanks for all the songs and all the memories. God bless you. May you go on forever, never, never. I mean that seriously. I'm not going to hold you. I'm just going to do one more song to you. And the little song I just picked up along the way. I changed it around a bit just for the headstone for the moths, and I put a few words into it. But it's a little song called "We Meet Again, My Friend," and it always comes through. We always meet up somewhere. So that's a great old chorus as well. We'll meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Who knows where or when, another place, another time. We'll share a few old songs with memories on my mind. I know we'll meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Now another day's over, another night gone by. We thank you all for coming, and thanks for stopping by. It's hard to find the words I want to say, but friends, I try. God bless you all and keep you till we meet again. Goodbye. We'll meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Who knows where or when, another place, another time. We share a few old songs with memories on my mind. I know we'll meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Now the day is nearly over, night is nearly gone. We thank you all for coming and joining in the songs. And Keys, you're always welcome anytime you're passing by. God bless you all and keep you till we meet again. Get those hands going, come on. We'll meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Who knows where or when, another place, another time. We share a few old songs with memories on the mind. I know we meet again, my friends, somewhere down. One more time. We meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Who knows where or when, another place, another time. We share a few old songs with memories on the mind. I know we meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. We share a few old songs with memories on the mind. I know we meet again, my friends, somewhere down the line. Thanks a million, folks. Thank you. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the night. Yeah, put your hands together for a young man there who was absolutely fantastic. Got up here and did it all by himself. David Courtney. Let's hear it for David, folks. Fantastic stuff. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
Right, are we together? Tra-la-la. Okay, I have to pull these together now. I have to pull these all. Everyone down the back there. Tra-la-la. Very nice. What about near the veranda, the balcony? What is it called nowadays? Tra-la-la. 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 Now, is anybody getting on better with the words than I am? Shall we try this together nice and slowly? So here's to your health. May you live to be 90. How are you doing now? Cha-la-la. Yeah, you know that bit. Have a jar. Very, very important. Now that was very, very good, but I'd love you to try and help me a little bit more with the second verse. This is a cracker. The idea of drinking is miraculous thinking, and the Lord in his wisdom turned water to wine, and he led by example. So let's all have a sample and share all its magic with your friends and mine. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Have another jar. Now here's to your health, is the wish to remember your health is your wealth, and we can all drink to that, while across the whole world fellow drinkers are sharing the same dreams and wishes. Sure, it's magic we're at. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la, tra-la-la-la-la. Now, I'll have as many jars as you like, as I said earlier, but I really want you guys to do the Aviators verse on your own, if you don't mind. I'll just start you off. And the reason why I'm not singing the whole thing is because the print is only, you need to be an ant to be able to read it. That's all I can tell you. To the world's whiskey makers. Glorious brew. New generation. Tra-la-la. Tra-la-la. Now where's Dave? I believe Dave is here. Where's Dave? Is Dave present? I believe the man who owns the bar is here. Dave. Oh, Derry. Sorry. See that? This is Derry. I'm Mutton Jeff. Derry, you're very welcome. I met you today very briefly. Well, no, but I think it would be appropriate for perhaps for Pete St. John to present this to you, because this is the.
Thank you very much, Pete. You're more than welcome.
So I think, Pete, if you come out, and we'll all try and sing it together. If you fancy a jar on the north side of Dublin.
Best place to go is the Hangar 6 bar.
Lovely.
On the road by the airport, the west of this mighty and the service for sure.
Pete St. John, now look what you started. Will you grab that?
And everything that's respect. Yeah, you can hold that mic.
Just because you bought me lunch.
You see, we don't need guitars, we don't need banjos, we don't need keyboards. All we need is our own voice, a good jar, and respect for what we're drinking. And when you do that, here's what it sounds like. You know, you'll throw rocks at the mountain. If you fancy a jar on the north side of Dublin, the best place to go is the Hangar 6 bar. It's Keely's Wine Pub on the road by the airport. The welcome is mighty and the service 4-star. Tra-la-la, tra-la-la,
There's still more to come.
Now you see how it works when everybody's nicely relaxed and we have a jar, sort out our problems. tell the boss to, you know, anyway. I have with me tonight Barry Gallagher, who of course has my wonderful 10-year-old on me. And I have a special verse for him, okay? This is for my 10-year-old, which is Dublin in the rare old times. Best whiskey ever came down the point. And this verse goes, my whiskey is Irish, from Glendalough Mountain, a mystical place with a magical still. It was stolen from heaven by the darling Saint Kevin, and it's not going back there till we have our fill. Tra-la-la, 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 tra-la-la,
on behalf of Keely's, I'd like to thank, and we're very honoured to have Keith St. John and all his friends here. We're very honoured in Keely's, and I hope you enjoyed the night. Ken McEvoy, who is the main man, as far as I can see, he has a few. He has a few, plenty of backup and officers. There was people here since 2 o'clock today setting up all this, and I'd like to acknowledge all their hard work and setting up the microphones and the balloons and everything. So you've done a fantastic job. I knew Ken's father very well. He was the area rep for Savage Smith and used to call into me here regularly, and we had good banter. You know, he enjoyed the pints as well. And one day he had too many, so I said, out. So I went out with him, came out the door. And next thing he got me, he was the strongest man. He had hands like JCB shows. He got me in a headlock. And I was looking backwards for 2 weeks. But anyway, we still remained friends. He was a great character, and we loved him immensely here. Ken came along to me here a few years ago, and he said, we have an old whiskey society up in the airport, the Aviators. You know, could we come down and use your lounge? We built this in August, it was before we built it. And we had another lounge here, it wasn't great, but anyway. Do you like our improvement, by the way? Yeah. I said, yeah, come on down and blah, blah, blah. So he came down, and next thing the Aviators go from bigger and bigger, and great to see all these women. I don't know whether they're whiskey drinkers or friends with Pete St. John, but you're more than welcome anyway. And the reason, I have to tell you, the reason this place is called Hangar 6 was because in the 80s and 90s, the mechanics from the airport used to come down here. There'd be 20-25 down here at 12:30 after doing the day's work, and they'd have their pints, and they'd then get into their car about 4 o'clock. 3 or 4 of them would go up and put their cards back in the little boxes, you know, and they'd drive to their local and have 2 or 3 pints there, and they did that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And the code on the airport was they had only 5 hangars, and you couldn't say to the boss or in front of the see you in Keely's, so see you in Hangar 6. So it goes well with the Aviators. So anyway, I hope you have a good night and enjoy it and enjoy the whiskey. And I'd like to welcome the lads from Glendalough. You're very welcome. Great to see people from Wicklow up around the north side. If they stay long enough, we might get on. But anyway, have a good night. Thank you very much. Thank you.
the rising of 16 at Easter time 100 years ago. When she answered Ireland's call as a rebel rise and fall, and gunfire to the Dublin GPO. And the randy dash she wore was a start like none before, honored in the spirit of 16. And her field raised the morn, the new republic born, and its proclamation set the scene. Ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da, everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's the symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da. So beyond the white around, and the sun of inside, the rebel men and women of 16. Led by Pearson Connolly, fought and died for liberty. We remember when we waved the ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da. Everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's the symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da. So if you're not for Ireland, shake your neighbor's hand. Everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's a symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da. Everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's a symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da. So you big man, ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da. Everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's the symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the free. Once more for Pete, let's hear it. Ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da. Everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's the symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da, ram-dee-da. Everybody wave your ram-dee-da. It's the symbol of the free, uniting you and me. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da. Here's to Ireland and the freedom, ram-dee-da.